One of the things that's interesting about this is in terms of pacing yourself, in terms of how to organize your own goals and expectations. It's quite a bit different from a contest. We roughly have a plan that we've been following since we landed on the island of how to sweep the bands. And so day by day we've been getting on the air with as many stations as we can support based on the conditions at the time. And then after a week we started taking a look at the continental breakdowns by band and figuring out where we've been missing some openings. We need some more Europeans on this band, or we need some more J's on that band, or we don't have enough W's on this band. Now we've been focusing on filling the holes, trying to sort out what we're missing. And it's kind of like a bingo game where you're Xing out all the boxes on the bingo card. So little by little, the bingo card is filling up. In a contest, maybe we get on and we spend 48 hours shoveling out the bands. We make a big push. We knock ourselves out. At the end of the contest, we can go, yeah, we lived, we survived, we made it. That same type of outlook doesn't really serve you quite as well here because maybe you have to keep that up for 20, 21, 22, 25 days.
This is my first major Dxpedition. I've done a couple of 3 IOTA ones before, and the pile-ups in this are just unbelievable compared with the IOTA ones. Some well behaved, some not. The one thing I've learned about being on this end of the pile-up is to listen a lot more to what the Dxpedition's doing. Try and figure out where he's listening, try and anticipate where he's going to be next, and just generally follow the instructions he gives, because I know in this one we've done a few sly things, a few sly receive tricks, and if the guys had have been listening, they would have picked it up and got the cue a lot quicker.
The building that the amateur group are using is the Met Station, and behind me here is one of the automatic weather data sending units, and basically that sends data up to the satellites, which is transmitted every hour back to New Zealand. It's quite interesting that a lot of the buildings here on the island are owned by the Met Station, who has had a function here since the 1950s. They decided to close down the base. They had up to 10 guys working here at times, and then they went to the automation, which is the little unit here, which sends the data back every day. Although the Met Service are here, the island is administered by the Department of Conservation. Obviously Met own a bulk of the buildings, and DOC administer the land and the permits and things. I've got a dual role really, being a ham radio operator on one side and the DOC representative on the other. My main duty of the expedition is to administer the permit and make sure that everybody in the party adheres to the permit. That means making sure they don't enter the island before the arrival time, and also making sure they depart the island on the departure time. The only reason that the ham radio group are allowed to stay overnight is if the weather cuts up rough and the skipper of the boat decides that it is too dangerous for safety reasons to bring the Zodiac across to pick everybody up and take them back to the boat. I had my first pile-up the other day, and I couldn't believe my ears. It's just bedlam. There was just so many people screaming out their call signs, and I just couldn't handle it. It was just too much, and I couldn't hear because there were so many people calling.
Yeah, come on, guys, give us a chance to hear him. Whiskey 1 America. Whiskey 1 America only, please.
Whiskey 1 America, Italy, Mike. America, Italy, Mike. 5 and 5, over.
Roger, Whiskey 1 America, India Mike. Whiskey 1 America.
I really don't know how they determine all the call signs in amongst all the yelling public out there. It's really quite unbelievable. It's certainly not my scene, and I leave it to the experts.